Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to the channel. I hope you're all having a good 2023. Now I'm kicking off mine here on YouTube with some more Elden Ring. Now I noticed a lot of people are playing the game again, whether it's returning players or new players. I figured I could come back to update some of the old guides in my Boss Cheese series. Now that's because I know a lot of you guys are clearly bad at this game. That's why you searched up this video after all. Just joking, or maybe not. Anyway, I'm starting this series off with the big bad wolf himself, Maliketh, so let's get into it. So before I touch on the new and improved cheese, I do want to point out that the old one still works. Now it is less of a mechanic-based cheese and more of a build that I created that infinitely stun locks Maliketh. It does use an Ash of War that is very, very strong, which you can just use by itself, which is definitely easy, but it is so much stronger with the extra talismans and passive buffs, and this build works on every boss as well, excluding a couple like Malenia, unfortunately, but most others it definitely works, so I definitely recommend checking this out if you haven't. I'll link it down below. But today's cheese, we're going back to the good old Fallingstar Beast Jaw. Now everything I mention in this video, I will show you how to get it at the end of the video. Timestamps will be on the screen, they'll be in the time bar, that sort of thing. And this bad boy is the cheese in this video. It deals 33 poise damage, which is a lot, and it will stagger Maliketh very often. But if you combine this with the Mimic tier with the weapon as well, you've now got double stagger and something else for Maliketh to focus on during the battle. Now the more you upgrade the Falling Star, obviously, and the more you upgrade your Mimic, the easier this cheese is. Now it's kind of already overkill, but let me show you how to make this even stronger. So besides the Mimic and the Falling Star, the main thing you'll want is of course Shabriri's Woe. If you don't have this, I don't know what you're doing, especially if you're using the Mimic tier, because when you have this bad boy equipped, the boss will aggro to you over everything else. Now why this is useful is because if you summon your Mimic with it equipped, the Mimic will also have it equipped. So you can unequip it on yourself and the boss will almost completely ignore you most of the time. Get to this timestamp on screen if you want to find the location for the Talisman. Now while these three items should already make Maliketh incredibly easy, if you're underleveled or your skill issue is bigger than I thought, then you could choose to use some other talismans to take with you, like the Ritual Sword Talisman, which is one of my favorites. It increases your damage when at full health, which you will be because the boss will be ignoring you. Or you can use the Shard of Alexander, which boosts the damage of skills. There are plenty of talismans you could take, but these two are perfect examples and two that I have equipped most of the time. Now, as well as talismans, you can further buff your character's damage and stun output with limited time buffs. My favorite being the Blood Boil Aromatic, which I've used in plenty of my videos. Now, you do need to craft it, which is a bit annoying, but you can skip to this timestamp if you want to know where to find the cookbook. The Blood Boil increases physical damage by 30%, which is very good for any melee builds you have, but the real benefit here in this video is it gives you plus 20% stamina for 60 seconds, which is great. Not needed though, but it's nice to have. Not to mention your flask, which is incredibly powerful. You can include something like the Stonebarb cracked here, which temporarily deals plus 30% stance damage. Now, you could even combine that with something like the Magic Shroud cracked here, but I mean, this build is already overkill. You mix those three original tools together and you add on whatever buffs you like, and you've got an unstoppable, never-ending stun build that will absolutely stomp Maliketh. Now, when you enter the room, make sure you run straight to the other side of a pillar before you summon your Mimic. He'll get stuck on the pillar and he won't be able to hit you. As soon as the Mimic is summoned, you want to remove Shabriri's as soon as you can. Now just go to town on him with your weapon skill and GG. Now this is unfortunately as close as I can get to a cheese for Maliketh currently. Thankfully, it's literally just spamming one weapon over and over. Not sure if I'd count it as a build really, but I'm gonna call it a cheese because of how easy it makes this boss encounter. Note, I am pretty high level in this video, but this is well into multiple playthroughs, so the Maliketh I'm versing is harder than normal. I do hope this helps. Let me know how you go in the comments down below. Thank you to all my patrons and supporters. Check the description below for Elden Ring themed drip or 10% off some gamer subs. Take care, my friends, and I'll catch you in the next upload. Peace.